Today we're going to take a look at how to add TV cameras to your track, or eventually to an already existing track. So the first stuff is you want to go and pick a track, we want to add it, and I've chosen 2015 Atlanta round 2, which is the 9th round. And since it's a saved file and I want a folder, I went ahead and did a time trial, just past the finish line, then back up, so you will get a last lap, and then you can just exit the game. And this one we won't really need, so we can delete that. And we want to open Notepad++, create a new file, as we have. We want to save it. Then you want to go ahead to personal folder. Then you want to go to the correct folder within the personal folder. And then we want to create a new file called cameras. And we want to save it as all types, so it doesn't have an extension. Then the basic form here is that we're going to have a field of view set at, I'm just going to play something now, so we're going to have a field of view. Then we want to cover some gates, like first and second gate. Then we want to add the camera, so add camera, and then we want to have a position, so we're going to have x-axis, then z-axis, how high up it should be, and then we want to have the y-axis. You could also, instead of using fov, use out. You can instead of fov field of view, also use autofovsize, and then you want to have 30. And then you could just have gate, let's say this one should cover 2 and 3, and add camera x and y. So this is the form. Field of view is a static field of view. It will always be field of view 30 right now, no matter how far away the rider is from the camera or how close it is. Autofovsize, on the other hand, is always going to have the field of view 30 zoomed in on the rider. So if the rider comes closer, the camera will zoom out, and if it goes away, the camera will zoom in. But that will be more clear once we'll get into the game, and I'm going to change this to 50, just so you can see the difference later. Then you want to open up the track, and you want to go to timing gate, so you can see where the timing gate is. And I think that the start and the first camera could be around here, so you could cover the whole start area, and cover the inside rider on the inside line, so about somewhere here. And that is the point 541 273. So we're going to add this 541 273. This set value is how high up the camera should be placed. 15 is usually a pretty good height, at least for the supercross tracks. So I'm going to set this to 15. As we can see here, we have a camera covering the gate 0 and 1. The gate works the way, so if it's a 0, it's covering everything before 0 up to 0. So it's going to cover the start here up to 0. Then 1 is going to cover this area 0 to 1. So 1 is going to cover the past timing gate up until 1. Now we can also see here that the timing gate 2 and 3 could also be covered by this camera. So we're going to add 2 and 3 here. Then of course we have to delete those two. For covering this area right here, I think this could be a good placement for a camera. So around here, that is 200, 338. So we're going to add 200, 338, and then we're going to add a value in between here. So I'm going to add 15 again. I like that value. Delete the ones on end. And then I think it should cover 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let's add that 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So this camera will cover up to the 8th timing gate. And from this point on, I think you get the point. So once I've added all the cameras, I'll get back. I've now placed all the cameras, so this is what the file looks like. So make sure to save the file. Then we're going to go and exit the current open MX Simulator and open a new one to test out the cameras. I've already run 2 laps, so I'm just going to open that demo to see how the camera looks. Once in game, you want to go to the free camera mode. You want to set the focus to the rider, and it's the button where you sit and stand on. Then you want to press a number 1 to 9 and it will magically open up the camera. And once you press 0 it will go back to the normal mode. So 1 to 9 activates the TV cameras and 0 turns it off. We can also see if we let go of the focus to the rider, we can change through the cameras like that. So let's skip ahead a little bit. So at the end of this straightaway or rhythm section, it should change the camera if we made it correctly, and it does. And as you can notice, it does follow the rider with its field of view. So it's getting closer, it's getting further away, and it is getting closer once again. So as you can see here, zooming out, then we're going to zoom in back again. And when you're making these camera files, you would prefer to run a few laps, a few different lines, and check so every line is covered. So example, if you go to an inside, that the camera won't go all black and not show anything. So just make sure of that when you do this camera file. Another thing to notice is also that you can use a maximum of 9 different cameras, and after 9 it won't work. So, and as you can see here, this camera where we just set the regular field of view, it doesn't change after rider, so it has the static field of view locked. So, and I think the cameras looks good. If they don't really look good, you have to go back here and change. I'm just going to change this to autofovsize. I'm going to change this to 40 as well. So there you have it. That's how you add the cameras. And once again, it's just autofovsize or fov and then a number, which gate it should cover, and the position to add a camera, and that's it. So I hope you could follow along and you can make some sweet looking TV cameras, and I see you in the next one.